So, great. How are you doing, all of you? Sitting there in your chairs, waiting for the bottle, for the drinks. Bear with me, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. The borrel, it's Dutch. Bitterballen. Drink some. So, I had an amazing 2 days. And aside from the content of the panels and the discussions and the keynotes, everything that happened around it was quite inspiring as well. So I hope you feel the same. Because actually magic happens, off stage and in the hallway and in the restaurants. So before I'm gonna give the mic to the panel for closing statements, I really would like to know from all of you, well, not from all of you, but from some of you, what are you going to do tomorrow different? Different? My English is not that good. So what are you going to do different tomorrow?
I would like to prepare a newsletter and spread.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So I would like to prepare a newsletter and spread all these thoughts which I've gathered. And first of all, I would start off with my husband, although he's very supportive. And I would like to thank him definitely because he himself said he motivated me to go, although it was really far and there was a lot of work in my office. And I would also like to thank my manager. So the most important thing, when I will go off, I will prepare the newsletter, spread it in my company, and spread all the thoughts. Thank
Amazing.
you.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great start. So, from the midsection, tell us. Nothing? Nothing? Really? Okay. Oh, there she is. Barbara.
Hi. So my name is Barbara, and my mission is to bring qualities of the heart to every table that I sit at, or I'm invited at, or grab a chair at. And those are all qualities of the heart. It's all about gentleness and forgiveness and compassion and love. And it just hit me during the panel discussion just now that most of my clients are women. And it's not that I don't have any men that are asking me for mentorship and coaching. That's just how it's evolved. And so I may market more for men, starting tomorrow.
Yeah, Stephanie is sitting in front of you.
I
Maybe
know.
you can have a
She's
conversation.
hired by already.
It's amazing.
So thank you.
You're welcome. So from maybe that side of the room. Anna, there you go, girl.
I think I will do two things. One is definitely have conversations both with men and women about these topics in a very casual way as well, because I think it's important that we meet for these kind of events and conferences, but it's also important that this becomes part of our conversation in the daily life. And the second thing is the focus on men indeed, and again, bringing up these topics and not allowing that the word women in the topic of the conference or an event, labels it as something that is just a women's circle. Bring it up in conversations because we've spoken on so many different topics and we've seen that for both women and men, a number of these are very personal. Women are also very different. We are very different amongst ourselves. And bringing these conversations, I think, is really important in our circles, in our connections, whether it's in families or in our professional life. Thank you.
Great. There you go. Oh, we have. Well, we give the man the mic.
I have been silent up till now, but I promise that I will spread this word to my male friends as well because it's fantastic, and not only because I'm such a nice man, because I'm also a wise man. Because I know your message needs to be spread amongst the men, amongst everyone. Because I organize retreats in Sardinia about durability. Physically, we need it. It's just an effective deed. It's wisdom. Otherwise, we will have soon an end to our way of living, and I don't want that. I want to live forever. And you help me to live this in my own life, but also to spread this word. And I thank you for this.
So I'd like to invite the men in the room to take an action with me today, this afternoon, and take a picture with me so that tomorrow I can send it to this person who felt the resistance and ensure that it is an inclusive environment. Yeah? So proof is in the pudding.
I think that's
yeah?
a good one. Yeah. So if the men can line up later today for all the pictures, all the women who wants to have a picture with you, I think that's a very important topic here. Okay. Yeah, it is. So coming to the panel. So this is this. Oh, sorry. Oh,
there I go.
please.
I'm
oh,
sorry.
Sorry.
So I'm gonna do two things. Well, I am gonna start spreading the word outside of beautiful boardrooms and hotel rooms. I'm gonna take it to the field. I'm gonna start having these conversations with male winemakers in a very male-dominated industry, but I think they're ripe. I think they're looking for a candle in the dark. And then I'm gonna do something for myself, which is I'm gonna put myself there and I'm looking for mentorship. There's a lot of things I would like to be mentored for. And then I'm gonna put it out there that I will also be accepting mentees because I have learned a lot along the way.
Amazing, amazing. So if you're looking for a mentor or mentee, or you're thinking about stepping up as a mentor, there she is. Okay? No, and I think, you know, just ask. If you're looking for a mentor, maybe one of these ladies here would I think they would be willing, you know, to help you with that. Or maybe even your neighbor. Just turn around and see if there's somebody there who fits your, you know, your question, and go out there and ask. So going back to the panel, this is the second time, Hébert, right? The Rise and Lead Summit. It's the second time, and it's getting bigger and bigger. And could you please share your thoughts on the last 2 days?
You know, so many people have been stopping me and asking me, did you like it? Are you happy? And then I turned it around and asked them, are you happy? Because this is about you, not just about me. Because I believe that all of us have gifts and talents, and we're meant to use them to serve humanity, to serve people. So I want to say thank you for allowing me to serve you with my gift. Because if you are happy, it means I'm fulfilled, that I achieved something which is about you, not about me. So my happiness comes from you being happy. That's number one. And I would like to, you know, sum it up by saying we've had great speakers, and everyone has commented on that, and they've been asking me, how did you get, you know, this lineup of great speakers? I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you very much for the compliment. And the important thing is not about having great speakers, it's what are you going to do with what you've learned? What are you going to do? Leaders take action. Leaders take action. So if you leave this room and you don't take action between now and tomorrow, it will be forgotten completely. You won't remember it anymore, even though you wrote it in your book. So when you go back, go through your books, check what is it that touched me, that inside of me, I was leaping with joy, like this is what I want. Just go and write it down in your journal. Put a date. How am I going to achieve this? Like the strategy, like have a vision, have a strategy, and also ask yourself, when am I going to do it? And if possible, have an accountability partner or hold yourself accountable. Just make sure you remind yourself that I was inspired in the Rise and Lead Summit, and this is my takeaway, and these are the actions, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to take between now and the next Rise and Lead Summit, which, by the way, is coming up September 24th and 25th, 2020. So,
Your diary.
So when you come next year, we're going to ask you, I'm going to personally ask you to tell me what are the 3 actions you've taken between now and the next one. Thank you very much.
That is great. So, Poonam, what would you like us to do at the end of this conference?
You know, one of the things that I've learned in life is that my time is the single most important thing. Not because I'm arrogant about it, but my life is measured by my time. The exact amount of time I'm going to spend on this planet is exactly equal to my life. Therefore, it is the only way I can measure my life. So it's really important to me what I do with my time and where do I put it. And therefore, I must get value for every minute that I spend anywhere. I'm inviting you to think along the same lines. And if I don't impact, and if I don't make any value, I'm out of there first. Right? It has nothing to do with anybody else. So I have started the Will Forum in India. It's been now 12 years. I've gone all over the world, from Paris to done the Will Forum in Capgemini, hosted by Capgemini, done it at the McDonald's School of Business in New Jersey, done it in New York. I just launched the Will Meetup in Vancouver, only because I want to make an impact. It doesn't matter to me who's in front of me. What is the nationality? What is the geography? It's all I told you in the beginning in my keynote. It's called humanity. So I have come all the way because I actually believe that I can make an impact. I see it all the time. And you know, the impact may be good, the impact may be bad, the impact may be whatever. But I must make an impact. I have to do this with my time and the vision that I have. So I just want to leave that with you, that if you can think along those terms, and what is, priorities are a different ballgame, but what is the only thing you have? Please use it wisely. Use it with a good choice that you make. Make sure that you impact what you believe in, and make sure that you do it today. Don't wait for tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. You haven't the faintest clue. I'm saying it all the time. You have to do this now. If I'm speaking to you, I have to impact you now. If I don't do it, then it's gone. I may get another opportunity. I may not. Regarding the summit itself, I just want to say, as somebody who's done more than 200 meetings, across the world and conferences, getting the men to the table is not difficult at all, provided you get the messaging right. All right, we have almost 40 to 50% men at all the Will conferences. You got to get the messaging right. It's not that it's not about women. It's about what's the stake of the men in this agenda. You got to get the messaging right. What's your stake? If they know the stake, they will come. But on a lighter note, I think when I was not that popular or well known, I used to tell all the women who were nominated by the companies to please bring along one colleague free. Okay. So, it was just my way of just giving first and then taking in return later. So it worked for a little while, but then they started paying because the meeting was so good. So I'm not saying you should try it. I'm just simply saying what I did right in the beginning when people had not heard. It was one way of getting them into the room and hearing me. It was one way to do that. So you could try that if you wish. I'm not saying everybody should be free, but it's an investment that I will make. Thank you. I wish you all the best. And I think that, the women in Netherlands now watch them for almost 5 days. Even when you're not talking, I'm watching you. Even when you're just walking, I'm watching you. And I really want to say this very sincerely. I really think that you've got an excellent amount of capability here. The word I'm using is capability. I didn't say talent. I said there's an excellent amount of capability here. You're also immensely capable. And you're all diversified in different buckets. And I think that a summit like this might bring you together. But, at some point, I wish that you would at least get up and fly a little bit. Take some wings. Go fly.
So, you have the mic now. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Rhonda, going back to Belgium, we're both from PWN. Mm-hmm. And we have both experience in that board. So what do you take with you from this conference?
As I said in my keynote this morning, we are all seeds of opportunity. We all can make an impact. But in order to do that, we have to find that passion. We have to be able to lead and have a vision to be able to lead others, because it's through others that we will be able to accomplish great things. But we have to start with ourselves. We have to recognize that we all have an opportunity, and it's not too big of an idea to change the world. We all can change the world. Think about it. Don't think that you're too small. You can all have an impact. It begins with you.
Beautiful. Adwa? I have to practice on that. Adobola. Oh, I'm doing good. So what inspired you in the last 2 days?
Thank you. I came all the way from Nigeria. That's very far away. Really, you know. So there was a reason I came here. And I can say clearly that I've achieved the reason that I came here. I mean, that's it for me. I've met a lot of women that have inspired me. I've heard a lot of discussions that have inspired me. I know that sometimes we look back and we think, how can I impact my world in my own little sphere of influence, or I'm just a finance person, or this is what I do, I'm an entrepreneur. How do I impact my world? A few years ago, I had that same thought, how do I impact my world? And I decided to start a social enterprise beyond my career. And that has given me the fulfillment you were talking about. The fact that I am making money here, but I'm getting children in Africa into school here. And being in this room again has actually validated what I am doing. I'm hearing impact, impact, impact. Even when we're talking about money, we're still tying it back to impact. So that's a cycle. If you do one, it's a person at a time. I do mine, you do yours. We can change the world just like she said. So my one line item for you that on a daily basis, it is consistency over intensity. That thing you do every day is what adds up to that great thing and how we would all impact the world. Thank you.
Amazing. So I'm wondering if Adwa is still in the room. Yes, she's in the back. Could you please stand up?
Nothing further to add. I think Adebola spoke eloquently on my behalf and on both our behalf. So I accept that. I have nothing to add. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you also for your very inspiring keynote on the SDGs, which will have it's a focal point for the UN, as also here in the EU. So returning back to the audience, what you just heard from these 4 amazing women, is there anything that you would like to know? This is your chance. We're leaving for the bottle, in a couple of minutes. So anything that you would like to add, ask, give us, maybe for next year, for the next summit, anything. I'm going to give you my mic. Oh, I'm going to run.
Okay. Maybe an easy or difficult question. If you have a magic wand and you have one wish, and the question is, you have one wish and one thing you could change about the world tomorrow, what would that be?
I have that answer. Actually, Abere asked me a few questions before I came in the preparation. And my vision is where there is no more discussion on gender balance or gender equality because it's the norm. It's just normal that we will have equal opportunity and that we are half of the population. We don't have to discuss it anymore. That's where we should be going. That would be my vision.
Any wishes here?
My wish is simple. I would wish that every child had the right to go to school. They had the means, and they were also given the right to go to school. And the interesting thing is that would actually support what you've just said. Why? Today, we have a higher number of girls not in school than boys. So if we're going to preach gender equality in 20, 30 years, the girls have to be ready, right? They have to go to school. They have to have the resources to become the leaders. So I would wish that every child could just, once you have the age of going to school, you can go into the 4 walls of a school without any barrier. Thank you.
My wish is for everyone to unleash their potential, to live out their potential. And for me, it's about showing up with those gifts inside of you. Stop hiding them. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want. Just speak up. So I would love for everybody to feel fulfilled in life just by serving, finding those you've been called to serve, and keep serving with your gifts. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else who would like to add on that? No? Barbara, maybe? Yeah, we spoke. Yeah.
We've got one what?
Would you be...
Oh, there's
yeah.
another Barbara.
Could you please stand up and ask your question?
I will. Sure.
I will come back to you later.
Oh, yeah.
Good evening, everybody. I'm not asking a question. Is just a comment. Actually, this is a new environment for me, and it has been it's a fire that is coming. Like Poonam said, I'm growing wings today, so I start to fly now. Actually, having an impact in the life of people has always been, my higher purpose. Because we talk about purpose, I know what I have to do, what I have been called to do, because I've not been feeling like I do the right thing. I work at the International Criminal Court, but that is not where I belong. This is where I belong. This is the things I have to hear, the conversation I have to hear. And I'm a step further because I have a good mentor, because, like God does things. I met Ebere, just, like somebody told me, the way you speak, there is a woman I know. You should talk to her. And she gave me her name, and I Googled. I was like, wow, she's doing all the things I want to do. So I contacted her, and actually we signed up for a mentorship. So I'm going out and reaching out to say, leadership, I have a lot to do. And I'm like, I can't stop anymore. I have to reach back, because where I come from, I was the first person to have a university degree. So there is a lot to do, and I have so much to give. And I learned so much about good leadership, an example, reaching back, mentee, mentors, I'm all in. So I'm flying from today.
We can feel your passion up here. Yeah. Oh.
I want to say something, that whatever you do, do it well. It will market you. Yes, I offer mentorship, but I never market it anywhere. I don't say it because I don't have time. So I don't have the time. So when people come to me, I tell them I can only take 2 people in a year. And so she was very lucky. She kept calling, following me up, so she got me. And in your business, just show up every day if you can on social media. Let people see the value you're bringing into the world. They will connect you to people. So you don't have to always be on marketing what you do. When you're good, they will come to you. But just keep inspiring people every day. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Barbara, and maybe this is a topic for next year. It's been a true pleasure to be here for 2 days and to talk about rising and leading. And I was talking to Sheila earlier today about something that Poonam said yesterday about homogeneous groups. And I just moved back here from San Francisco, where the discussion I often had was about the balance in femininity and masculinity. And so we were talking about the dot on the horizon, where there are equal amount of women and men and people from all over the world in all the boards and all the important seats in the world. And I was wondering if femininity and masculinity and the balance between the two, instead of all the other words that we're using, could be on the agenda for next year.
Thank you. Yeah, great idea. The lady, I would say with the blue thing, but there are a lot of blue. Sorry.
Well, it's kind of difficult to say things and well in front of everyone, but I really would like to thank you, all the speakers, and it was really life-changing. And one thing that I'm just thinking, so I'm also part of BWI in Brussels, so it's a women association that really helped me a lot to drive through difficult moments. And I know because I'm engineering and I work in a male environmental, so the association really helped me a lot. And what I listen a lot, sorry. Is woman saying, I wish I knew all these advices when I was your age. And I know, like, we can really make the difference in people's life, and we don't need to do big things. But if you know people in 25 years, or if you can really be mentor of these girls, because I need help and I saw it. That's why I looked for. But a lot of people, they really need help and they don't know where to find it. So if we can be these people that can inspire people when you're younger and be the difference in their life, do this. So that's a good thing that I'll also take with me.
Thank you for speaking up and telling us this, because I think it's an important message that we share our wisdom and also our challenges with young people and also people who need it. So again, thank you so much for standing up. Well, I think we're coming to an end, and especially with this last comment that really touched me. I'm also about to cry. I really would like to say thank you to a couple of women here in the room, and they are mostly in the back and on the side. Without them, we would not be able to have this summit. So ladies, I applaud you. And let's not forget the man behind the cameras. This was an amazing 2-day event, and I think I can honestly say that with all the insights and experience and things that we heard and things that happened, also in the hallway, we come to an end to, I hope, an inspiring and a thoughtful, thought-provoking 2 days. I would like to say thank you. I think Poonam would like to say something, yeah? No. I tell you when to go. No, please have a seat. Because these amazing women, Poonam, Eber, without the two of you, we were not having this, right? So please stand up. And ladies, and let's not forget, I think, the salt in your meal. Emmy? You're the sugar and spice, honey. I would like to say thank you so much for your energy and your time and your commitment. I'm going to step down now, handing it over to Emmy. and thank you.